Winter is approaching, so we had to seriously think about how to heat this little house. We needed to heat most of the house, a lot of heat with the minimum wood, so we've decided that we want a Russian stove. Neither short nor lazy. We've looked at some plans, we've grabbed some refractory bricks, and we're going to build it without having any idea. As it can't be any other way, we want to complicate ourselves to the maximum. So in addition to the stove, we're going to add an oven. Why not? It's gotten into our heads, so there's no escape. If you want to see where we're getting ourselves into, join us in this process. We've bought this estate in paradise, and inside, completely abandoned, there's a stone house. After removing all the weeds that covered it, we continue cleaning the access path, and meanwhile, we've discovered bathing areas with spectacular waterfalls. Despite the difficult access and effort required to carry materials, we persist. Our goal to restore it with our own hands remains intact. Welcome to building in paradise. Well, our Suzuki has broken down. Always the most opportune moments, and we are going back to the beginning. We're going to carry all the bricks in a wheelbarrow. Come on, move me. Two. 24 bricks there, are a few more left here. We start the day blessed. Suzuki can now heat up the little stove well. 10 trips from here to the cabin. I hope I don't end up dragged around there. Let's go. Damn, are they the same over there?
Yes, it seems so.
And this is the base, that's the base.
The 6 rows is where the fire goes, then comes the oven, and then 2 fuel chambers.
Wonderful.
I think there's going to be a meeting here. There's going to be a meeting. 33, and then this is by 6. By 6 of each brick. 530, okay?
This Russian stove that we are going to make has 3 parts in its structure. The fire where we burn the wood, the oven where we can cook taking advantage of the heat, and the combustion chambers or internal smoke ducts where heat is still generated. Meanwhile, the flame travels an internal path at the top of the stove and moves from chamber to chamber. What this achieves is that the heat is retained much longer and does not go directly out the flue. The first part we will build is the fire, a rectangular hole where we will light the firewood. The flames will heat the oven and the smoke will continue to rise inside the stove. The second part, the oven, will be another closed rectangular hole where you can cook like on a gas stove. It receives direct fire from below, and since it's closed, the wood smoke doesn't get in. The third part is the combustion chambers. The smoke rises behind the oven and begins to travel through a snake-shaped duct, where more and more heat is produced, which gets trapped in the bricks of the stove walls. Even if the firewood goes out, the stove remains hot for hours. One of the characteristics of this stove is that it doesn't cool down quickly when the firewood goes out. It uses very little firewood, and unlike traditional salamanders, which get very hot on the outside, this one can be touched as it doesn't reach such a high temperature, which is much safer. Or is it just called a Russian stove?
There are many types of stoves that are called thermal mass or inertia stoves. And one of them, the Russian one, it has a system, this Russian one, I think they invented it in the steppe, in places with a lot of cold and few trees and little firewood. It's a stove that uses a lot less firewood and
that takes much more advantage
of the firewood it uses. We're going to test this method to see if I want to try, to see if it works for me or if I have to cut. It's just that there's a pick there that doesn't let me, it might still be useful for this. We'll see. Okay, then I'll keep trying.
Something very important is that the long zigzag path of the smoke causes its combustion, achieving an efficiency of up to 90%. From the firewood you throw in, gas stoves or conventional wood-burning salamanders can't compete with this.
Let's see how this would turn out. If not, we can file it down a bit.
The heat that the stove bricks give off is called dry heat, and it helps to dry any type of moisture that may be in the house, in addition to helping prevent respiratory diseases. Finally, it's a stove that can be left with exposed brick or it can be covered. The truth is that there are real works of art if you look a little on the internet.
I'm sure it's done well down here.
Let's not get confused.
So the story here is about doing this to him?
That's it, that drawing. Yes, there.
This is what needs to be cut. Let's see if this goes like this. What you have to cut is...
Yes. Good. No, that's right, isn't it?
Come on, let's cut another one. This one now.
We take these pieces because they will be useful for us to copy. I don't really understand that story. It is.
Look.
Man.
It looks good. It looks good.
I would say, okay, then here. To okay. From how would I give? Is it?
Yes, yes.
It sticks below. So here we would close the oven. That little oven would stay there. Closed. That's the system.
It goes through here and comes out.
Here and
Continues to the next camera, which is above the oven.
That needs to be filed down a bit.
You see.
A little more than me?
That.
Cut!
Well, there we would have. Let's see. This is the one that's gonna go and.
And I take a brick in case you want to look at the hole, even if it's a brick. If not...
It's there.
Is it there?
It's also between these two.
Jocko, to remove the ashes in the drink. We didn't do it because they simply prepared every 2-3 lights, and we cleaned that. The ash. Look, this is a trick that people don't know.
This is a trick that people don't know.
Antonio Lobato.
Hello, Kusi, how are you? How are you? Are you what? It's okay. Hello.
Let's go, Menos.
0. With 0 to stop 0. Good 0.
Where is it going to end?
There are no smoke leaks here. No smoke gets in here. Do I make you more or less?
In this system, in the automatic one, what does it cost at level?
We have to leave. Thank you. Put them on top and, well, keep going, because if you start to such...
Then, well, I have it here.
Oh, yes, it's...
Come in.
Let's continue. We're going to put this there. I'm putting it with bad precision. I'm touching it